Dios le bendiga. Dios le bendiga, doctora. God bless you, doctor, for curing my baby of syphilis. Can you cure me, too? I'm broken and need to be fixed. When I was 12, I pretended to be sick and stayed home from church. In my vanity, I plaited my hair like shiny black snakes and put on my sister's hibiscus flowered dress. My uncle came by drunk from a lost cockfight. He raped me in the kitchen, where I'd made cactus candy with my mother and sisters. Blood ran down my leg like prickly pear juice. Because of that, I don't enjoy the act of sex. I lie like a stone beneath my husband, so that he had to go to prostitutes, which is how my baby got this disease from me. So you see, it is all my fault. I want to be cured of my coldness, to be a good wife to my husband and not cause all this misery. Thank you for the phone number, doctora. Dios le bendiga. And the next poem is called 20,000 Vaginas Under the Sea. All the dead mermaids sank to the bottom, year after century after millennium, for 30 million Cretaceous years, their thalassic skeletons pressing one on the other, undulating with the swell of the sea, grinding, settling, turning to chalk. Now, when you see those white cliffs of Dover and the piece of chalk in a teenager's hand executing a technically impressive, obscene drawing while the teacher's out of the room, or the tailor deftly marking inseams, or the gymnast powdering her palms, taking that deep breath before she mounts the beam, think of the mermaids, their siren songs, their unfallen breasts, and between their scales, those fishy slits now long dissolved, and all that's and all that's left of bodies born to tempt marks a tennis court's edge, or the price of haddock on a market slate. This one is for my red-haired beloved. The rose grew round the briar. How do your red pubic hairs end up on the windowsill, my black ones on the crown moldings? Do you do even weirder things in the bathroom than I thought? Do curly hairs waft on hot air currents from bathroom drain to ceiling? Do they hitch a ride on a bath towel and flip free heavenward when you snap it at my ass? I found one in the pantry, curled lasciviously around a piece of high-fiber cereal. Another on the TV remote. I don't want to think about that one too hard. I lie in bed and stare at two high on the wall. There's a black one and a red one above our heads. Are they having an out-of-booty experience? When we die, will they form a true lover's knot and float up higher and higher? And I'll finish with the history of our love. If you were a skeleton and I were a skeleton, we would weave our bones together in a death's head embrace. I'd be able to get closer to you than I've ever been, my clavicle bumping up against your acromion. Every one of the 27 little bones of my hand would grab your iliac crest with equal enthusiasm. The click and rattle, the chalky scrape of kneecap against femur, the click and rattle of your metacarpals dragging over my fibula and tibia would drive us to ever-increasing ecstasies of excitement. When you drew your phalanges over my ribs, I'd sound like a horny, bony xylophone. We'd grind, scrape, click, and rattle right through the night and the day and the night, wearing ourselves and each other away until nothing was left but a happy, exhausted heap of calcium carbonate, like a pile of powdered Tums or crushed Rolaids, ready to be pressed into a stick of chalk for a child to write on the sidewalk the history of our love. Thank you.